tend to service for the most part.
Yeah.
Investors, developers on one side who, from my knowledge and my experience, have a specific way of looking at things, and they're trying to find cost savings and value engineering.
Backward ass way of looking at things. Yeah, I get it.
And then you got your end users who are a little bit more. Yes, they have limited budgets. Some people don't. The rich and famous, the high net worth. But they're a lot more open-ended, open-minded about kind of being a little bit more flamboyant about this, that, and the other, and a little bit more relaxed on budget. So where does your clientele does it split? Are you predominantly on one side or the other? And kind of which ones do you prefer working with in general from what you've done so far?
I wouldn't say I prefer one of the thing about working with a variety of clients. So we do quite a bit of SME developer-led work, and we work with a few. I suppose that they would class as high net worth individuals, but for the area that we're in, they have healthy budgets for what they're trying to achieve. But even then, you still need to be careful with the purse strings.
Yeah.
I mean, no matter, even if you're a billionaire, there's still a point where you run out of money, right? So you've got to be careful with that. But the relationships are slightly different. So with developers, you're trying to work more on the commercial side of things. So you've got the creative side that you want to be producing fantastic designs, and you've got to think about how those designs are going to be how they're going to be accepted through the planning system, how they're going to be viewed by people who are going to buy the end product, how they're going to be lived in. But also you need to understand the commercial reality of a developer.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, most architects haven't got a clue. They don't understand how to stack a deal. They don't understand how construction is changing and the cost model is changing. They certainly don't understand the cost of borrowing and what happens if it goes wrong and a financer kicks in and says, I'm taking this project over. So all of that kind of thing is really important. And that was I had to learn that lesson myself the hard way, and I lost a good chunk of money. But I mean, I was just sort of reading your poster up on the wall about failing, and I needed a big fail to give me the kick up the arse to go and understand that, and I sort of said to myself, I can't knowingly let someone else go through this pain. So I learned how to stack a deal. I learned more. I mean, I already knew about construction costs, but I learned more about how construction inflation is changing. I learned more about how certain statistics and things that we take for granted within the sort of architecture world can be used to everyone's advantage to manage a project better. And I certainly learned about finances and what their buttons are and how to keep them happy. And that becomes a major part of our work with developers. I have convinced people to build a lot less than because they come with hope. And that's the worst thing in the SME world. SME developers are the worst for it. You got hope in the construction, or I hope that this £1.5 million job is going to be built for £1.2 million. It's not.
We were just talking about one case earlier.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It just isn't going to happen. And then you've got, I hope these units are going to sell for 5% more than that. It's not going to fucking happen. Just you've got to work with when it comes to sales, you've got to work with the figures of today, because you just don't know where they're going to go. And then you need to stress test those figures. You need to say, well, what happens if sales go down over the next little while? Also, what happens if they go up? And then you need to cross-reference that with construction. What happens if construction goes up and sales come down? Where's my pinch point? Where am I going to get nailed? And that's the point that you make sure that you explain to your funders. I know this number. I know what happens there and what happens there. I know when things are going to go wrong. And when you start to do things like that, you give people more confidence that you're going to go in the right direction. When you fill it full of hope, with some of the things that we've had, and land agents. God, they're the worst. Land agents who, again, don't understand construction and bizarrely don't understand their own markets, overpricing land, and you've got all these SME developers that are desperate to do something. They're desperate. They've been to a course. They've gone and spent a stupid amount of money with a training course, and they now have found themselves, I don't know, 150,000, 2,000 pounds to invest, and they're desperate to get on. And they're going to overpay on land, and as soon as you've done that, that's it, that's the rod for your back. Yeah. As soon as you've overpaid on land, you're then trying to cut corners everywhere. And this industry is full of corner cutting, and the reason it's full of corner cutting is because developers have got themselves in a bad situation for the beginning by using hope, and then they're trying to push designers' costs down. Well, great, push them down. They were the ones that could have helped you control your budget. Then they want to push construction costs down. Yeah, push that down, but they're the ones that are going to finish the job for you and make it look nice for the site. Then they want to push costs up. Well, yeah, but they're the guys that are going to come back and complain when it's not the quality they thought it was, and you're going to have to pay to fix it. So, yeah, it's all these sort of things that kick in, and that's